Good morning. Happy Saturday. Today is Saturday, March 9th, and I am your morning witch. And I guess hold on to your butts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. So, ramblers, let's get rambling. I've been thinking a lot about how during all these different generations that I've grown up knowing about, there were all these different resistance movements to wars that probably America had no business being in, and one that everybody had business being in because it was about the complete destruction and genocide of a race of people. And I was obsessed with this war growing up. Both of my grandfathers fought in it. My parents grew up as military brats, so to speak. Both my grandfathers fought on D-Day, and I was rather invested in that story. I have Jewish ancestry from both sides, and I knew that I had it on one side growing up, and I knew that both of my grandfathers fought in D-Day, and I knew that my grandfather, my dad's dad, had helped liberate one of the concentration camps. And above all, I knew what happened was wrong. And even though my uncle fought in Vietnam, I knew what had happened was wrong. And historically, we have seen that there have been people who knew at the time these things were happening, that it was wrong. And they were silenced and they were fought against by everybody who wanted to stand behind their country. And let's just be fucking honest about the fact that not only were Vietnam protesters treated like dirt by most of the American public, Vietnam soldiers coming home from the war that apparently most of the public wanted them in, they were treated horribly. So don't y'all forget that fucking shit. But every step of the way, even in World War II, which we belonged in only because of the genocide factor, because nobody should support genocide. You know, every other war that I grew up hearing about, we had no business sending our people to die in, because you know what? There shouldn't have been a war in the first place. We kind of started that shit. I bet you could look into every single one. Like, I bet I don't know enough about the other things. I know what's going on now, but I don't know enough about what came before to say for fact. But I am not a betting person, and I would fucking put money on the fact that every time we stuck our dirty little fingers where they don't belong, and not just because of American imperialism, not just because of colonialism, but because of this fucking ideology that somehow we're better. We came from all those other places. Like I said, ramblers, let's get ready to ramble, because I knew this was going to be a rambler. But every step of the way, there were people saying we shouldn't, and they were silenced, and they were made to look crazy to the general public, and the general public treated them poorly. And every step of the way, those people who were saying we don't belong in these conflicts, they were right. Except for World War II, like the group that was against us being part of World War II, you were wrong, because genocide. But all these genocides keep happening that we won't step in and stop. We're helping create them. And what's happening in Palestine is not about Jewishness. It's not about being anti-Semitic. If you're against it, you're anti-Zionist, because the Zionists are the ones who want to punish a people that they have been subjugating for my whole life and my parents' whole lives. And somehow these people who have been subjugated since the 1940s, I think 1947 or 1946, some shit like that, somehow they were in the wrong, and now it's okay to wipe them off the face of this planet. But look at the beautiful, beautiful poetry, art that's coming out of this place where these people are dying. They're dying, and poems about lovers who are choosing to die in each other's embraces instead of die fleeing. And are we gonna be another piece of history where it's like, why didn't they do more? We know right versus wrong. We know that what's happening is wrong. There are children being tortured, and if you have a voice, because I don't have the dollars, I don't have a lot, but I have a voice. And if you have the voice, and if you have the dollars, and if you have the ability to do anything other than be silent, you have to, because there's going to be a day where you will have to answer. Even if it's just to yourselves, you're gonna have to answer for how you were in this moment in time. Because these people are dying while we're in our bathrobes and enjoying our coffee and eating our watermelon. And if you don't understand the significance of why I say the watermelon, well, go fucking educate yourself and god damn it, use your voice.